Hey YouTubers, Tim Walling here with SC Legal Carry. We train people to get a CWP in the state of South Carolina. If you need a concealed weapons permit, please look us up online at sclegalcarry.com. One of the things I want to show you guys today is, and this firearm is clear, no ammunition in it. So this is my Chiappa, pull it up here where you guys can see it. It's my Chiappa Rhino. Okay, so this is a DS40 and it actually shoots a 357 or a 38 round in it. And I think this is a gorgeous gun. You love it or you hate it, one of the two. There doesn't seem to really be any in between with this gun, but for me, I absolutely love it. I love the shape, I love the design, I love the way they built it and why they built it. All right, so look here, here's the barrel on the firearm. Now follow the barrel, so my finger's on the barrel, comes all the way down, so it's actually firing from the bottom chamber of this cylinder, the bottom. Most revolvers fire from the top chamber up here. This one fires from the bottom. So look, here's your barrel, and look what's right here behind it. The back strap, the beaver tail, the tang on the firearm, so that when you grip the firearm, now here's your barrel, follow your barrel all the way down, right here. I'm actually holding the firearm where when you fire it, it's going to push more backwards instead of most revolvers, because it's firing from the top, it's up here. So when it shoots, all the energy pushes the gun at an angle. Being lower on the bore axis, when this one fires, it's going to push directly back into my hand. So when you shoot this gun, you get some muzzle rise, but not a lot of muzzle rise out of it, okay? And I think it's just a cool looking gun. I love these grips that they've got for it. And I've got the grips. This is a large, I got the medium, and I've got the small. So if my wife wants to shoot it, and if I'm carrying it, I usually put the medium grips on it. I do carry this gun in the winter when I'm wearing a cardigan, a jacket to cover it up, outside the waistband, a leather holster. But just a beautiful gun. You can see the sights on it there. Let me tilt it here. It's got fiber sights on the gun. You got your red on the front, your green on the back. So, and it's double action, single action. You can actually cock it and then fire it, or you can cycle it all the way through in double action mode. So double action mode's got about an 11-pound trigger. Single action mode, this thing's got about 3.5, 4-pound trigger on it. Great shooting firearm. I love this gun, but my eyesight's not that good, so I'm using red dots now so that I can shoot without my glasses and actually see. I'd like to go shoot this and have some fun with it. How am I going to do that utilizing these sights? Am I going to go back to my glasses and struggle with those glasses trying to find the right spot in those transition lenses? So what I did is I looked, that's not it. I looked in the drawer over there and I come up with this. So this is a Viper. So here's a Viper red dot, and I hadn't been using it. It's just been kind of sitting over there. It's got the battery in the bottom where you change it out, and you'll see the red dot floating up here in the glass when you go to use it. So I want to mount this on this firearm. So how do I do that? Well, first I needed a mounting plate for it so that this can mount right on top of here. Now I need something to mount this to so I can mount it to the gun. So I got online and I went to Planet Optics. Let me hold that up there so you guys can see it. You can freeze the screen, go back on there, look this up, take a look at it, okay? So check it out. Planet Optics, I get a lot of stuff from Planet Optics. I don't get anything for plugging them on here, but I do find a lot of things that I need there. So we got the gun, we got the optic, we got the mount. So how do we put all this together? Well, I started digging through my toy box and this popped up, okay? So this goes on to the rail here, the picatiny rail on the front of the gun. This is the way it goes. It's a little hard to get it started. There we go. So we slide this on here. We'll push it all the way back till it clicks into place, nice and tight. All right. So I am going to I want it a little bit further back than that. I want the next one to stop. There's where I want it. So I want it right here. So see, it just slides into the picatiny rail. It attaches, but look at what it does to, we'll try to take the cylinder out. So watch the cylinder. See, we hit right here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut a little bit of this out. Now, we have a second problem. It's not closing up here. So see, it's hitting right here. This comes down at an angle, and then it drops on down even further down here. You can't really see it, but it continues to fall down. So we don't need these two, because to mount this on here, we only need the front portion of this. So we're going to cut the rear off, and we're going to cut this side out right here to accommodate this and to allow us to open the cylinder up again. And then once we do that, we're going to mount our optic right on top of here. So, come on, let's put that in here real quick so that you can see. There we go. All right, so essentially this is what we're going to do with it. But we got to do some cutting on it, okay? So let's go grab the grinder. Let's make a few marks on here. And let's cut this off, and let's cut a curved shape into here so this will fit and we can access it and mount everything on there. All right, YouTubers, we're back. So what I did is the piece on the front set comes up straight right there. So I cut it off at an angle and down so that now when I get where you can see, so when I push this out, see, we've got space for this to come past it. Now I've got to paint this. I got to go back in and paint it, the colors out of it, but I got all the edges off of it. It's nice and smooth. It's not going to get cut. And the top piece, remember, it came, you see, you can see now this curve that comes up right here. So remember, this was coming down to about here, and you can see how low it is. So it wasn't making it because this piece was in the way. So I cut it off to the length that I need. I had to use a clamp, squeeze this down a little bit to get this piece on, but I just dropped the screw in, tighten it right up on the side here. So that holds it in place. So it's good and tight. It's not going any place. It's away from the actual muzzle of the firearm and the ejection. You can eject the cylinder out so it's not on the way there. Now all we got to do is set our optic right on top. Screws that came with it. Now I hadn't tried these screws, so hopefully these are going to fit. They were made for this. It was supposed to be made to install a Viper, and so let's see. Nice and easy. Want to start our screws. You don't want to cross thread it. It's nice and gentle when you're doing this, okay? Let's jump over here to this one. Let's get this one started. There we go. I can feel it grab and pull down. Now, I'm not going to tighten these all the way. I've got a torque wrench over there to tighten it up with so that I don't break it. And I got to take it back off because I got to paint it. I want it to look nice when it's on here, right? I mean, looking nice is part of it, correct? So there we go. Our Frankenstein mount for our Viper Vortex on our Chiappa Rhino. This is the 40 DS. And all we got to do now is head out to the range and actually sight it in. Let's go see how this thing fires. Let's have some fun at the gun range with it. So we degreased it. We cleaned it good, we put some tack on it, and we painted it. So now all we gotta do is let it dry. Engine paint is good for everything. Okay folks, here we are at Pappy's gun range, and here's our Chiappa and what we've done to it here. So you can see we used the picatiny rail. We added this piece here so that we can mount our Viper. And you can see here it's straight. I had to cut it so that I could open it and this would miss. We wanted this piece here to come through. We got our Viper mounted, had to order this part, and it works really good. Just slides onto the picatiny rail. I forgot my screwdriver, so I cannot set the optic, but I know where it needs to be to shoot 0. So let's just fire it a little bit here. Double action mode, we want to go. So I'm having to shoot just below the target in order to impact it. And let's reload it. We got a storm coming in here, so we're going to shoot just a little bit, head back to the house. We got folks coming over. It is the 4th of July. I ran down to Pappy's gun range to shoot for a few minutes. My phone began to mess up, so the audio's gone on it. Let's see if I can get the hold right on these targets here. There we go. Double action on it. Having to hold low on the targets to hit them. It's really hot today. It's in the 90s. So this thing is heating up quick for me. And I forgot the speed loaders, of course. Seems like I've forgotten everything. The screwdriver to adjust the optics. My cell phone stopped working. I can't get video on that. My audio messed up on me. But the Chiappa hasn't failed on me at all. It seems to be running great. So this is the Chiappa Rhino, the 40 DS. I'm shooting 38s in it. This is a 6-shot. And as you can see, there's not a lot of muzzle rise in this firearm when you actually do fire it. So when you actually fire the gun, it's not flipping up, it's pushing straight backwards into your hand. It's actually pretty comfortable firearm to shoot. If you have issues with your hand right here when you're shooting revolvers, you'll love this Chiappa Rhino because of the design of it and the way it actually does fire. And once you get a little older like I have, start having issues with your eyes, these optics work out great for you to be able to fire and shoot. Great gun to shoot, really nice. I have the 2-inch in it also that we use as a carry gun, my wife and I think I am going to be too short. Well, let's just let's see if we can set this up where the last round. All right, last time that storm's coming, I see the lightning hitting, so here we go. Let's get some more. Here we go. So your Chiappa Rhino with an optic, Viper optic mounted on it, runs great, looks good, feels good, pleasure to shoot, really quick, fast on the target with the red dot on the firearm here. So until next time guys, take care, and remember, be a responsible adult. Don't push your responsibility off on a child. Buy gun locks and gun safes. Secure your guns and lock them up. Everybody have a great 4th of July. Don't drink and drive. Enjoy yourself and your time with your family. Take care, folks.